Coming up on Torrance Today, the turkey trot tradition continues. Thousands of community members were up early, getting ahead of the big meals to follow. Speaking of food, we're at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market, checking in with shoppers about what they're thankful for this year. And volunteers mean the world to the Torrance Historical Society and Museum, and here's a special way they are being celebrated. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, November 24th. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for joining us on this special day. Here's our first story. This morning began with a turkey trot for thousands of people, keeping up a very healthy annual tradition. The 3-mile run kicked off at 8 a.m. outside the Sam's Club parking lot. The post-run prize drawing rewarded lots of people as soon as the run was over, with some winning mountain bikes, gift cards, and raffle prizes. The city also received canned food donations for a special Thanksgiving food drive, which will go to people in need throughout the South Bay. At last check, more than 2,000 people pre-registered for the run. What a great turnout. I hope they're now enjoying their well-deserved meals. The National Fire Protection Association is urging extra caution when preparing the big meals today, as it is the leading day of the year for home cooking fires. Officials say there are 3 to 4 times as many cooking fires taking place on Thanksgiving Day compared to a typical day of the year. Data shows that cooking was the leading cause of reported home structure fires and civilian fire injuries. It was also the second leading cause of civilian fire deaths and direct property damage between 2015 and 2019. On Thanksgiving Day alone, an estimated 1,400 home cooking fires were reported to fire departments across the country in 2019, reflecting a 228% increase over the daily average. Here are some tips and recommendations from the NFPA to help people cook safely. Stay in the kitchen while cooking on the stovetop so you can keep an eye on the food. Make sure kids stay away from hot food and liquids. The steam or splash from vegetables, gravy, or coffee could cause serious burns. Make sure that electric cords from an electric knife, coffee maker, plate warmer, or mixer are not dangling off the counter within easy reach of a child. Keep the floor clear so you don't trip over anything. And make sure your smoke alarms are working. You can test them out by pushing the test button. Shoppers at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market have been busy in recent weeks buying seasonal produce for their fall dishes as well as for their Thanksgiving meals. City Cable's Kirk Lyons was out there catching up with a few of them, asking what they're most thankful for this year. Kirk?
Thank you, Christine. Happy Thanksgiving to you, to everyone at City Cable, and of course, to everyone watching. I am at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market, making my rounds on this beautiful fall day, asking one question. What are you thankful for this year?
I am thankful for family, health. I'm glad that management was able to keep this market afloat during the whole pandemic, and that business is doing well.
I'm thankful for the customers we have. I think they are like a highlight for our work. Our work, it requires a lot of hours, but once you come here, you understand why everything is worth it.
Yeah, I'm thankful for my 2 girls here and our family and good health.
You thankful for what?
The Trots.
My family. We've had a few friends and people we know who, were sick through COVID, and we actually got it. So it's really that we all made it okay and we're healthy and happy. It's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then how about you?
Well, in the same line, but more so thankful for her. It was an interesting experience when we had her, so thankful for her and thankful for my mom and moms all around.
I'm thankful for my daughter, and she's 24 and the love of my life, and I'm also thankful for my staff at the farmers market who've worked so hard through COVID, through opening and closing, increasing our footprint and not, tearing it down. It's just been a kind of rough couple of years, and I'm thankful for my staff because we wouldn't be here without them.
Well, there you have it, Christine. The market has spoken. And if you're wondering what I'm thankful for this year, at the top of my list would be the health and happiness of my family. But a close second is doing exactly what I'm doing right now, working with fantastic people on a fantastic show, broadcasting to a fantastic audience. Christine, back to you.
Thanks, Kirk. And for the many of us who may not be as motivated to go to a market, gather all the ingredients, and cook, our local restaurants are open and ready to feed us today. 21 Square Bar and Kitchen, located inside the Torrance Marriott, has a 3-course menu where you can enjoy a salad, fish, turkey, or lamb, and dessert. Just across the street, Black Angus offers a traditional turkey feast complete with mashed potatoes, gravy, and roasted sweet potatoes. And if you want to go or options for reheating meals at home, check out King's Hawaiian or Lucille's Smokehouse. Thank you, Discover Torrance, for all of these recommendations. The Torrance Historical Society held a very thoughtful thank you gathering recently, letting friends and volunteers know that they are making a big difference in our community. City Cable's Lauren LaBruna was there and has more. Lauren?
Hi Christine, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm here at the Torrance Historical Society and Museum, where they're hosting a Thanks for Giving event to say thank you to the local community, supporters, and volunteers who give so much of their generous time to make a difference in the community.
So we're at the Torrance Historical Museum tonight, and we're celebrating what we say it's a Thanks for Giving event. And it's really for our volunteers, but it's also for neighbors, for the people that visit the museum. They help keep us going, whether they're a member or they just come to visit and they share memories and stories. Those things help keep the museum open for future generations. And, people think Torrance Historical Museum is operated by the City of Torrance, and it's not. We're 100% volunteer, and we have to say thank you some way. They're not only giving time, sometimes they give money just to keep us going.
So just once a year in November, we like to invite our extra special volunteers to come in, have a sip, have a snack, mix and mingle, and let us shower our thanks upon them.
I think the personal touch cannot be underestimated, and we haven't had events in a few years, and people are just so happy to be back together and to celebrate great places like our Historical Society. It's a very dedicated group. They really appreciate what the Historical Society does.
Being on the City Council, I realize how important it is to have the community involvement that we have. The involvement of the volunteers and the citizens in our city is really what makes Torrance a special place.
I am thankful to live in Torrance and have such great neighbors and great institutions like the Torrance Historical Society.
What I am thankful for this year is I'm getting to see my boys, one who is now 20 and one who is 23, turning into adults, and I can finally say to myself, I did a good job, because they're out there volunteering and they're starting their careers and they're good citizens. So I am so thankful for that.
I'm really thankful for the citizens in Torrance. It's been a tough year, but with the volunteers that we have, it's made it a lot easier for the city to get through the tough times that we've had. And as I said earlier, it's the citizen involvement that makes Torrance such a special place to live.
There is definitely a lot to be thankful for this year, including the Torrance Historical Society and Museum, who do their best to keep the history of our city alive. Back to you, Christine.
Thank you, Lauren. More generous individuals stepped in to help at the Volunteer Center, dropping off food donations and lending a helping hand just in time for the holidays.
I'm really grateful that they do this and have found a need in our community. And it's wonderful for us to feel grateful that we are able to give and to be here and support the Volunteer Center.
Boxed foods, cereal, lots of soup and other things, rice, beans. We try to collect food that is non-perishable. Like on my block, right, even though I'm a board member, I went around my neighbors and told them about the event and asked them to donate food, and people were very generous. And I have actually shown up here this week with a carload of food every day. And this is about my 5th day here with a carload of food just from my neighbors. So you could do it too, and I hope you will.
So last year we got 10,000 pounds. This year we're expecting a little bit less. So we're hoping somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 pounds. The need is a lot bigger than what we can do, but we're going to do our part to help. During Thanksgiving, a lot of people, are very generous, but at the same time, there's just a lot more need now, it seems, in our community. So we're trying to do our best to get food out before the holidays and through the holidays and then year round as well.
For nearly 60 years, the Volunteer Center worked alongside community members to mobilize quickly and help where they're needed the most. Participants say empathy and resilience are their tools, and volunteerism is their delivery method. The nonprofit has many programs and experiences that prioritize social and emotional wellness, service learning, diversity, equity, and inclusion. They thank everyone who came by to offer what they can to help their neighbors in need. Stores are closed today, but Black Friday begins early tomorrow at the Del Amo Fashion Center. Shops will be open from 6 a.m., 4 hours earlier than regular store hours, giving people a jump start to holiday shopping. Many of the 200-plus stores will offer doorbusters and other limited time deals, and children of all ages can take pictures with Santa Claus too. Lots of new eateries opened up at the shopping center in recent months as well, so make sure to fuel up as you need and check out some of the latest options such as North Italia and Shake Shack. For those wanting to help our local merchants, the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce will begin its Small Business Week campaign over the weekend. And the Torrance City Council proclaimed November 26th as Small Business Saturday during last week's council meeting, encouraging businesses, residents, and other community members to shop local. They also gave some small businesses the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Sung. I'm the owner of Zoom Room Dog Training.
Javier Howdy, Pinkberry Frozen Yogurt.
Hi, I'm Dina Johnson. I'm the event coordinator at Dig It Torrance.
Good evening, I'm Angelique Talbert of Creative Joy Art Studio.
Mayor, Council, thank you for having us here today. It's very special. I think that it has been about 10 years now that the Torrance Chamber has really expanded Small Business Saturday to a Small Business Week. So it will kick off on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We actually asked students at Ambassador High School to create artwork around Shop Small. And Skylar is our first place winner, and we just congratulate her and thank you so much for participating.
We're told more than a dozen students competed in the art competition. Congratulations, Skylar. More than 50 small businesses will be featured by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce during Shop Local Small Business Week. You can check out the full list at torrancechamber.com/small-business-week-2. As we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, catch a recap of the 2022 Excellence in Arts Awards, a tradition that began in 1977 and is still going strong thanks to the Cultural Arts Commission. Then learn about former City Council member Jack Walser and his dedication to our city over the decades. And on Sunday, meet my relative Olivia Won, who is thankful for her grandmother Agnes and is learning more about her Korean heritage through their special bond. All this and more starting at 4 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Torrance City Cable. Still ahead is Thankful Thursday, and we'll tell you about a special Thanksgiving-themed project at some of our local libraries when we come back in 60 seconds. At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Thankful Thursday, we want to thank everyone who helped fill up the Thankful Tree at El Retiro Library, which recently celebrated its grand reopening after being closed for more than 2 years.
So people have been writing messages of thanks for their family, for their good health, especially for the library and also for friends. And a lot of people are just thankful for the air we breathe and the earth. We are so happy that we have opened again to the public here at the El Retiro Library. We are thankful for all our visitors and we welcome you back in.
This branch was closed throughout the pandemic, then flood damage about a year ago led workers to complete a major renovation. Now it has brand new carpets as well as chairs and tables that are more foldable, movable, and storable than ever, allowing them to transform the space for any occasion. The library staff hopes more people will visit and check out its updated look. This location is at 126 Vista del Parque. For library hours, go to library.torranceca.gov. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.